Isang mathusay na araw sa ating lahat. Welcome back sa Mathusay General Mathematics Tutorial. Sa lesson na ito, pag-uusapan natin ang apat na operations on functions. Let's start! Ang mga functions tulad ng numbers o algebraic expression ay pwedeng i-add, i-subtract, i-multiply o i-divide. So, para mag-add, mag-subtract, mag-multiply, o mag-divide ng functions, let's consider these two functions. Let f and g be any two functions. The sum, f plus g, the difference, f minus g, the product, f times g, and the quotient, f divided by g, are functions whose domain are the set of all real numbers common to the domain of f and g and defined as follows. So kapag mag-a-add tayo ng dalawang function, f plus g of x is just the same with f of x plus g of x. Kapag naman magsasubtract tayo ng dalawang function, f minus g of x ay pareho lang sa f of x minus g of x. Kapag magmumultiply tayo ng functions, the same lang siya sa f of x times g of x. At kung mag-divide tayo ng dalawang function, so pareho lang siya sa f of x divided by g of x. So, para mas maintindihan kung paano mag-add, mag-subtract, mag-divide, o mag-multiply ng functions, let's have these examples. Example number 1. If f of x is equal to 3x minus 2 and g of x is equal to x squared plus 2x minus 3, find the sum of this function and the difference of these functions. So, let's start by adding this function. So, mag-a-add muna tayo. So, kapag mag-a-add tayo ng function, para lang siyang nag-a-add ng algebraic expression o di kaya ng number. So ngayon, i-add natin ang f of x at g of x. So, magsimula tayo sa f of x. So, ang f of x natin ay 3x minus 2, right? So, ang g of x naman natin ay x squared plus 2x minus 3. So, we are going to add these two functions now. So, since positive or addition yung ating operation, so hindi na magbabago yung operation dito sa loob ng parenthesis, no? So, we have 3x minus 2 plus x squared plus 2x minus 3. So, combining like terms, so ano na lang ang pwede nating i-combine? Pwede nating i-combine si 3x and 2x. Magiging 5x, right? So, ang negative 2, pwedeng i-combine sa negative 3, which is negative 5x. So, when you add these two functions, f and g of x, so you'll have the sum of f and g of x is x squared plus 5x minus 5. Ganun lang siya kasimple. How about kung magsasubtract tayo ng dalawang functions? Take note, ang isasubtract natin si g from f of x. So, take note of this rule. So, dahil nauna si f of x, so f of x ang una nating i-substitute. So, ang f of x ay equal to 3x minus 2, right? So, ang g of x naman is x squared plus 2x minus 3. So, take note, we're subtracting these two functions. Now, note that since negative ito, negative times positive is negative. So, negative times positive, negative na naman ulit. Negative times negative 3, it will be positive 3. Kaya magbabago ang kanilang mga signs. So, we have 3x minus 2 minus x, kasi negative times positive, negative x squared, minus 2x dahil negative times positive 2x, that's negative 2x. And lastly, negative times negative 3 is positive 3. So this time, we are going to add and combine like terms. So, ano ba ang mga pwede nating i-combine? So, we have 3x, pwede i-combine sa negative 2x. So, magiging x na lang. Ang negative 2 naman ay pwedeng i-combine sa positive 3, which is 1. So, we have f minus g of x is equal to negative x squared plus x plus 1. So, ganun lang kasimpleng mag-add at mag-subtract ng functions. So, this time, we will still consider the same functions, and then we are going to multiply and get the quotient of these. So, let's start by multiplying f of x and g of x. So, kapag i-multiply natin si f of x at g of x, para ka lang nagmumultiply ng algebraic expression. So, alam natin na ang f of x is 3x minus 2 times the quantity of x squared plus 2x minus 3. So, applying the distributive property, so 3x times x squared, that's 3x cubed, right? Si 3x times 2x, that's positive 6x squared. 3x times negative 3, that's negative 9x. Now again, apply na naman natin ang distributive property. Negative 2 times x squared, that's negative 2x squared. Negative 2 times 2x, negative 4x. Negative 2 times negative 3, that's positive 6. Now this time, we can combine like terms. So, ang 3x cube, wala ka nang pwedeng i-combine na term kasi nag-iisa lang siya. Pwede tayo mag-start sa 6x squared and combine it with negative 2x squared. That's 4x squared, right? Ang negative 9x naman ay pwedeng i-combine sa negative 4x. That's negative 13x. So, when you multiply the function f of x and g of x, you'll have 3x cubed plus 4x squared minus 3x plus 6. Paano naman kung magde-divide tayo ng dalawang functions? So, again, pag nagde-divide tayo ng dalawang functions, para ka lang nagde-divide ng algebraic expression. So, take note, ang nasa numerator natin ay yung f of x. Sa denominator naman ay yung g of x. So, we substitute these values. So, ang f of x natin ay 3x minus 2. Ang g of x naman natin ay x squared plus 2x minus 3. Now, paano natin ito i-divide? This time, we are dealing with a function na may fraction. Remember na hindi pwedeng maging 0 ang denominator. So, ang best way to simplify itong ating functions na dinidivide, so dapat nating i-factor out yung nasa denominator. Titingnan natin kung may pwede tayong i-cancel. So, 3x minus 2, hindi na pwedeng ma-factor out. So, as is na yan siya. So, ang denominator, x squared plus 2x minus 3 ay pwedeng i-factor as x minus 1 and the quantity of x plus 3. So, kung papansin ninyo, wala tayong pwedeng masimplify. So, ang ating dalawang function na f of x pag dinivide ng g of x ay equal sa 3x minus 2 all over the quantity of x minus 1 times x plus 3. Note that yung domain nito, itong function na ito, ay the set of all x such that x is an element of real numbers and x must not be equal to negative 3 and positive 1. Kasi pag equal to negative 3 yan, magiging 0 ang denominator which is undefined. Kapag positive 1 naman, magiging 0 na naman ang denominator, which is undefined. So, in this case, hindi na siya natin masisimplify. Hindi na natin masimplify. So, tandaan lang natin ang domain nitong function. Example number 2. If f of x is equal to 4x minus 12 and g of x is equal to x minus 3, find f plus g of 2. So this time, mag-a-add tayo at the same time, nag-e-evaluate tayo ng function. Tapos natin i-add yung dalawang function na f of x at g of x. So, let's start by adding f of x and g of x. So, again, i-add lang natin ang 4x minus 12 sa x minus 3. Kapag in-add natin, so that will be 4x minus 12 plus x minus 3. Combining like terms, you'll have 5x minus 15. So, since we're looking for f plus g of 2, so, isa-substitute natin ngayon dito ang 2 sa x. So, f plus g of 2 is equal to 5 times 2 minus 15. Dahil i-evaluate natin si 2 ngayon. So, 5 times 2, that's 10. Minus 15, it's negative 5. So, if we are going to add the two functions and evaluate it with x equals to 2, ang ating sagot ay negative 5. This time, ipapakita ko sa inyo ang isang alternative solution paano ito isolve. Alam natin na ang f plus g of x ay pareho lang sa f of x plus g of x, right? So, ang gagawin muna natin ay i-evaluate muna natin ang 2 sa f of x, tapos i-evaluate din ito sa g of x, saka natin i-add yung dalawang function. So, let's start. So, let's start with f of x equals 4x minus 12. So, kung ang x natin ay equal to 2, we have f of 2 equals 4 times 2 minus 12. So, 8 minus 12 is negative 4, right? So, ang f of x natin is negative 4. Now, let's evaluate g of x. G of x at 2 is equal to 2 minus 3. So, 2 minus 3, that's negative 1. So, this time, i-add na natin yung dalawang function, f of 2 plus g of 2. Now, we have negative 4 minus 1 is equal to negative 5. See, you arrive at the same answer. You can use this method as well, even if you're multiplying, dividing, or subtracting functions. Pwedeng-pwede. Let's take example number 3. Let g of x be equal to 5x minus 1 and h of x equals 5x squared minus 6x plus 1. Find the quotient of g of x and h of x. So, i-divide natin yung function na g of x by h of x. So, para ka lang nagdi-divide again ng algebraic expression. So, magsisimula tayo sa numerator. Ang numerator natin ay 5x minus 1. Ang denominator naman natin ay 5x squared minus 6x plus 1. Now again, kung pwede pa nating isimplify ang ating denominator, pwede nating i-factor out para masimplify ang ating fraction. So, gagawin natin yon. So, in this case, pwede nating i-factor out yung denominator. So, if we factor it out, we have sa numerator as is kasi hindi na natin yan pwedeng i-factor out. So, that's still 5x minus 1. Sa denominator, ang factor ng 5x squared minus 6x plus 1 ay the quantity of 5x minus 1 times x minus 1. Double check natin ang factors natin. 5x times x is 5x squared. Check. 5x times negative 1, negative 5x. Negative 1 times x, negative x. So, nagiging negative 6x na. So, negative 1 times negative 1, that's positive 1. So, tama na yung factor natin. So, this time, we can cancel out 5x minus 1, right? So, when you divide g of x by h of x, you'll have 1 all over x minus 1. Note that the domain of this function now is the set of all x such that x is an element of real number and x must not be equal to positive 1. Dahil, again, if x is 1, then the function will be undefined. Example number 4. Let g of x equals x plus 1 all over x squared and h of x be equal to 1 all over x. Find the difference of g and h, no? So, magsasubtract tayo ng dalawang functions na nag-i-involve ng fractions. So, let's subtract these two functions. So, again, alam natin na pag nagsasubtract tayo, parang ka lang nagsasubtract ng algebraic expression or parang nagsasubtract ng numbers. So, g of x is x plus 1 all over x squared minus ang ating h of x, which is 1 over x. So, how are we going to subtract these two fractions? So, kailangan muna natin kunin ang LCD. So, in this case, ang LCD natin ay x squared. So, x squared divided by x squared is 1 times x plus 1 is still the quantity of x plus 1. Now, sa kabila naman, dahil ang ating LCD ay x squared divided by x is x times the negative 1, you'll have negative x. So, simplifying the numerator, we'll have 1 all over x squared. So, kung papansin ninyo, nag-subtract tayo ng dalawang fraction na function, g at h. So, ang ating result ay 1 all over x squared. So, ano na naman ang domain nitong function na ito? Dahil fraction ito eh. So, the domain of this function should be the set of all real numbers such that x is an element of real number and x must not be equal to 0. So, dapat hindi 0 yung ating denominator. Please pause this video and try these exercises. So, ang ating exercises ay, you have to find the sum, the difference, the product, and quotient of each function. So, i-add, i-subtract, i-multiply, at i-divide yung mga functions na given. So, sa number 1, gawin nyo yung sum nitong dalawang function, i-subtract, i-multiply, and then you divide. So, ibig sabihin, in this activity, each number, meron kayong 4 na sagot. So, if you're done, type your answers on the comment section. If you think Mathusay Math Tutorial helps you learn how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide functions, please give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Remember, ang sikreto para maging mathusay, matuto, at mag-ensayo. Abangan ang susunod na episode at pag-aralan ang composite functions. Dito lang yan sa Mathusay Math Tutorial. Bye!